Heidi ho, my crafty friends. Welcome back to the Ladybug Journals. I'm so glad you joined me today. Today, I am working in my Inspired Scientist journal. And I actually forgot to turn on the camera. So, I am stamping a page with some music. I'm just stamping and stamping away here. You know, no right or wrong. I'm just stamping away. My little stamp's just going to town. There's just something that I want to try. You know, I'm just playing around. Oh, here is I finally got the metallics figured out from last week. So here they are in order. And then I took a white gel pen and I labeled them. So that was kind of nice to have them all in order and labeled. So I think we're probably going to use a little bit of them today with our modeling paste. So after I've stamped, I think I want to use a little bit of my of an old book page here. And I don't know how this is going to completely work in here. I just kind of know sort of what I want. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Do you ever have days like that when you kind of, sort of, maybe know what you want? Okay, and to put that down, I'm just going to use my matte medium. So I just need to get my brush here. And I just have on my work apron. So I'm just drying my brush off. Now that I see it on there, I don't know if I want that on there yet. I think I might want my modeling paste on there first. So let's put that over there and put that over there. Okay. Let me put these scissors away here. I think I'm running out of room on my desk. So I'm thinking, this is my modeling paste. Now, I have had this one jar of modeling paste, I think, for almost 4 years. So let me grab hold on just a second. All right. So I have out 2 different knives. Oops. Got out. I think I just want my butterfly stencils. Because they're going to have to dry. Oh, here, this is what I did with my little sample I did. I just stapled it on the page. And then I took a black gel marker and I labeled the ones that we did on the page from the last time. So I do think I want this on here, though. I want this up here because I want to break up some of this with some of my butterflies up here. Except I think I want that a little bit bigger. I don't want that, though. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Oh, wait, here. I have another page. Let's try this. Where's my fold? You ever get an idea in your head and then nothing makes you happy until you get that idea? And then whether you like it or not after you've gotten it done is one thing. But this was the idea I got stuck in my head last night. And I don't necessarily want it all the way over to the side, but I do want it to go down this side. And if it sticks out a little bit, that's all right. I don't mind. But I don't want the white, you know, the edge of the page. But I do like that. Okay. Now here, that's what I want. Now I'm just using my matte medium to put this down. Now the after this week, all the videos will be recorded a week in advance because I will be out of town visiting with my grandson, and I am just so excited. He's an infant, and so I get to visit with my son and my daughter-in-law. Let's tear some of. Oh, there we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. So I get to go see my son and my grandson. And I'm going to spend a week with them. So let's just rub that right over top. Let's see. Now let's see how our... Let's cover that up. Let's drop that back in the water. And I want some butterflies up here at the top. Not all these, so, you know, don't get all whoop-de-doodled. And I think I'm going to try this one. This one usually isn't my favorite because it doesn't spread very well. But I don't want this really thick. Just kind of want this like as a, maybe kind of sorta. Now, if you don't have a knife like this, you can use a kitchen knife, you can use a spoon. I've even used my finger when this silly knife wouldn't work. Now, I do have a metal one, but it's got a, you know, a tip on it. And I don't particularly like that tip when I'm doing pages like this because it tends to get stuck under these fine areas. Oh, there we go. Now, this was what I meant by the maybe kind of sorta. See how I have little spots in my butterflies? That's what I wanted because I wanted those to look like, you know how some butterflies have, what are they called? Like just little polka dots on them. That's what I wanted because now when they dry, they'll have those. And that was what I wanted. I wanted it to look like my little butterflies had, you know, some little polka dots on them. So and I'm going to use my metallic watercolors on them. And they'll settle in those. I'm going to use the metallics on those little polka dots. So I didn't want it to cover them completely. I wanted it to look like my butterflies had little polka dots. There. Yeah, so I didn't want it to be perfect. But I don't want things like this on the page. So I do want that cleaned off. There. Now, I do need to clean this off, or my stencil will be ruined. So let me grab my wipes and clean this off really quick, or my stencil will be ruined. So let me put the top back on this. Close it up. Now, where are my wipes at? I told you I have a lot on my desk right now. hold on just a second while I wipe this off. Okay, everything is cleaned. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like the look of those. Now, down here, I want to stamp these little flowers. So I've got my little stamp here, and I think they'll fit. Yeah, these will fit very nicely. So I want those right there. So I've got my ink right here. Oops, that's not the ink. Wrong button. Here's the ink. Okay, we're going to use watercolor on those, but I want to use ink down here. Now, the reason I'm using ink and not oxide is I don't want the ink to run. Now, in the watercolor up here, I have to wait for that to dry. So this down here, I want to use a couple of shades of purple. So I'm going to use my mementos, and I'm using the Sweet Plum, and I'm going to use the Lulu Lavender. And then on the bottom, I think I'm going to use the New Sprout. So let's cover that back up here. So I'm going to put the purple down here on the bottom. I mean the green, I'm sorry. I'm putting the green down here on the bottom. Like that. The light purple. And I'm not covering everything. And then I'm taking the darker and I'm kind of taking it toward the bottom, kind of around the edges. Oops, that's the darker. I'm going to take the lighter again, kind of dab it here and there into the middle. Let's take the green, since we waited a minute, back across the bottom. Uh-oh, got it in my butterflies. Let's start over here. Okay, now I'm going to raise you up just a little bit. Okay, really soaked up on that because that one's wet. So let's do this again. I think I'm going to sit down to do this. I think behind this, I want to do this. So let's pull this one off. And I think this one, I want to do this orange. So let's put some of this orange on here. Let's add some of the green. Yeah, this is what I really like these little mementos for, because they're nice and small. And you know what? I need a smaller cube. Or I'm going to keep smacking my butterflies. Oh, maybe I can do it upside down. Let's do it that way. There we go. That worked. And you can kind of layer your inks with them. And I do like playing with these for this reason. They're kind of fun to do this with. So I do kind of recommend these. I don't play with them enough. But I've never combined them with modeling paste and watercolors on a page, so I'm kind of anxious to see how well they hold up. Because they're supposed to be like ink, inks, waterproof ink. So we will see here if they truly are. You know what? Let's start making one a little different color here. Okay, those are done. Now let's put this on here. And we'll do this the same way. We'll stamp upside down so we're not hitting these butterflies that are still a little wet. So I encourage you to play with your little stamps. We buy them and then they sit in the drawer. We say we're going to play with them. When we see them, we go, oh, they're so cute. And then, what do we do with them? Well, if you're like me, I don't do much with them. Let's see, I think I'm going to just leave that one dark for a minute. When I first bought it, I think it sat in my drawer for probably a good month before I ever took it out. And then I decided, I was going to take it out and maybe do something with it. I think I might want to try. No, I think that'll be too much. Okay. Okay, so those will need cleaned. Now, let's see how dry that is. Okay. Let's see if I can hit it with just a little bit of heat up here. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Let's put these away. And then we'll do a little dab of this metallic watercolor on them. And see how that works. I think they're dry enough to do that. Now, you can even use your oxide inks. You can use a water pen and do that. I have done that before. That's kind of fun. But I want to use this pink lemonade and that burnt orange. Now, it's a matter of figuring out in these which is which, because as we learned the last time in these, they don't really match. Okay, so that's silver, gold, ruby slippers. So this must be the burnt orange. So this one over here had some of those little dots. So I want to add some of these little dots in the burnt orange. Okay, so far so good. It's showing up pretty well. It's showing up pretty good on there. Maybe let's go with the flamingo pink. It looks a little bit brighter. Oh no, it's still not very bright, is it? Wow, it's not very bright at all on there. All right, well, let's let that coat dry and we'll do another one, and then we'll come back and we'll do a second coat on them and see. We'll see if that second coat on them does any good. Because I'm not doing a heavy coat on them. Okay, Ruby Slippers is the color above them, so we might have to go with that one. Because this one's not showing up very well. Oh, no, it's showing up better on that one. Oh, as it dries, it's doing better. All right, let's try Ruby Slippers on these over here. Let's try this one over here. Well, that's kind of an orangey red. That's kind of that orangey red. A little too much water, I think. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, that matches our dots. I think that's the color we used on our dot, isn't it? Oh, we're going to have to change our little dot color then. Okay. Well, on those little orange ones, let's maybe use this color. Let's see how that works. Well, you can definitely paint on this, okay? So I'm not having any trouble painting on it, which, you know, I've never really painted on with watercolors anyhow. I've painted on it with acrylic paint, but I've never painted on it with watercolors. Interesting. But I do like it. It's quite easy to paint with. Now, down here, I want to add some of this little green down here. This is called Rainforest Magic. And I'm just adding some green down here. And the ink isn't really moving. So, this ink is ink. So, that's good. All right, so where do I fold here? I fold there. And it does look metallic. Boy, you can really see the gold when it's on paper. Yeah, you can really see it. So one of those is supposed to be gold. This one. Let's see how it looks on here as gold. I don't know, because I was going to try and do some splatters. Let's see how it does the splatters. It's about the same color as this. It's this little matte that I've got it on. The watercolor is. All right, so let's see how that's going to work. I don't think it's going to work very well. No, it's not going to work very well. Nope, not going to work well at all. So let's get that color and maybe this blue color. Let's mix those. Let's see how these two work together. I know, don't panic that I mix my colors. I can clean them. I mean, you can see on the paper where it's splattered. So, I think you can see the blue better than anything. And since I mixed them, you'll be able to see the gold too. All right, so let me get my paper towel wet and I'll clean off that other one. Okay, let's clean that off. Okay, alrighty. So there's another playtime. This is kind of fun. All right, let's see how that is going to dry. All right, so I'm just going to put these back in here. And I'm going to put this with this one. Like that. And I'm going to put these over here to dry. Now, that page has to dry. Okay, now I want to add some pockets to some of these pages. But this page has to dry, so I need to put it away. Okay, so I'm going to pull out, you know what, let's go and put this ink away. So let's put this away. Now I need to add some pockets to some of my pages. And let's put these stamps away because they need cleaning. So here's the journal. So in my journal, I need to add some pockets. So I can start saving some things. So I'm going to tuck this behind so it's out of my way. So I have already cut, where is it here? I already have cut, oh dear. Okay, let me get it here because I already have some cut. Okay, so I have already been cutting and, you know, getting stuff together to use as pockets and all kinds of fun stuff. So I have a book on Leonardo da Vinci, and I thought, who better? You know, Leonardo was not just a painter; he was a scientist also. And some of the pages that I want to use, here it is. Now, I don't know if I want to use that as a pocket. I think, where are the pockets? Ah, here they are. There they are. I knew I'd cut them. Okay. Now, some of the things you're going to see me use in this journal are by Simple Stories. And I got these from, and it's called Take Notes. And it's also called Chipboard Metallic Hardware. And I got this at scrapbook. Hold on, I gotta think of the name. Scrapbook.com. So if you'd like to use the same set, I don't know if they still had it because I've had this. I have had this and this paper pack. This paper pack I have had for 6 years. And And I got it from an Italian company before I ever started even junk journaling, because I found my son's in aviation, and I found a rice paper that went with it. So I used the rice paper to make something for him. Okay, here's one of the pockets. Okay, so I think I want this to go here. So let's get this out. Come on now. My glue and I have been having discussions. She thinks she's winning, but she's not. So I was hoping I had some rice paper left to use in this journal, but I do not. I think I found one little teeny tiny piece because it was the coolest rice paper ever. And I went back to see if she was still online so I could order some, because it took me over a month to get it when I was planning this. I've been planning this journal now for like 3.5 months. And she is no longer online. Okay, so I want this here. Okay. Now this I made into a little flip out. And I want it back here. Okay. And I already have like some little tags and things like that. And I think I already have a flip up here. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have put that there, should I? Because it's exactly the same. Let's see if I can get it off and put it up front. Don't do that. There we go. Let's see if we can put this up front here. Maybe in here. Let's glue that down. Okay. Let's see if that works. We can always put some washi over it if it starts misbehaving. Okay. I guess I need something on this side, don't I? Now, I think... Okay, hold on here. This is a little flip book I made. Okay, whoops. Well, it will be a tuck if I don't pull everything out of it. Okay. Now, this big piece here, I want back here, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it. Here's a little pocket here that needs decorated. And here is a tuck. I think it's too big for there, though. Let's put it kind of right here in the middle. Actually, I think I'm going to move it right over here. Like that. That way, if I want to put something a little bit bigger, it'll fit. And then this folds out. So I can put a little piece up there for a pocket. I don't need this side piece here as a little side tuck. Yeah, for this pocket, for this little journal, there are a lot of tucks on some of these flip outs to give them additional space. And then inside of it, okay, that's too big. Now I want a pocket in there. Come on, open up. There we go. I want that as a pocket. Oops, didn't do that very straight, did I? Now. Okay, so now I've got some pockets, I've got some tucks. Yeah, I can decorate this. And when I see you the next time, I'll have it all decorated and I will be ready to go. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today here at the Ladybug Journals. I hope you're enjoying all the exploration into all of this fun stuff. Creating some color and some texture in this little journal that I've created. It is kind of fun. And it's different. I've never really done anything like this. And I hope you're enjoying it. And I hope you've created one to explore with me. And I hope you're exploring in your journal. And I hope you're having some fun. Seeing what all we can do. I'm thinking the next thing that we're going to do is maybe we're going to maybe explore with some embossing and maybe some glitter and some stamps. I've never done that before. I've seen other creators do that with embossing and stamps. And I'm thinking we might do that on some black paper. I've seen them do it with black paper. And it always looks like so much fun. And it looks so cool when they do it. And I always think, oh, I want to try that. But I never try it. So, and I love to emboss. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to try that. So until I see you again on our next Ladybug Journal video, ta-ta for now.